What's up, Africa? How you guys doing? So the enemy is not the rebels in DRC Congo. Once you figure out who's your enemy is, you're gonna step back and think and say, "Oh, we didn't know that." So who's supporting the rebels in DRC Congo? Before you send your soldiers to Congo, do an intelligence job first. Figure out who's sending the weapons to the DRC Congo. Is it the DRC Congo government is the one that creating chaos? Or is the rebels that the one who actually creating chaos? And what makes these two groups, the government and the rebels, not to come together and negotiate the peace settlement and make the society of Congo, people of Congo, to live in peace? As you know, and if you don't know, the Congo region have lots of minerals. So all the bad actors are there. All the bad actors, their eyes looking into that Congolese minerals. Why Africans still they can't figure out who's their really enemy is? Once you find out who's your really enemy is, you are no longer going to fight each other. Probably the same enemy that you don't see, he's the one encourages you to go and fight each other. Who's wrong and who's right? Is the Congolese DRC leader is the one who's wrong, or is the rebels leaders that the one are wrong? So who's wrong in between? And who are they fighting for? I have the answer here. The rebels, they don't fight for their own people. The government of DRC, they don't fight for their own people. They are fighting for colonial supremacy system. They are fighting for their boss or their bosses away thousands of miles from Africa. They are fighting for their bosses thousands miles from Africa. Once you know that scheme, once you understand, and you go and search intelligently and go ask the rebels and go ask the leader of DRC Congo. Sit down with both of them and ask them, why are you fighting for? Like you guys you did in Ethiopia. The Tigray rebels and the Ethiopian government. Sit down, both of them, and ask one question. What are you fighting for? And if the master, who's actually sitting thousands of miles away, who control both these entities, this master is very good in deceptions, man. This master is very good in manipulations. Maybe he's telling both sides, or both sides This master who's sitting thousands of miles away is telling both sides that you see this government, and they're telling the government, you see these rebels, so you need to get rid of these rebels. And this master, they are going to the rebels and tell the rebels, you need to get rid of this government. You see, the same tactics, the same manipulations since the time of ages. The same tactics. These masters came with that tactics in Africa thousands of years ago to make Africans to kill each other. That's their goals. The more you kill each other, the more your enemy, your masters, are advancing. You have to understand who's your enemy. Africans. You are less your enemy than anybody else. Your enemy is controlling you. The more your enemy is controlling you, the more you're gonna kill one another. But you'll never, this have to be spiritual. This need to, okay, this, you have to understand spiritually who's your enemy is. But if you go by your carnal minds, whatever, you're not going to understand who's your enemy is. Your enemy is deep, deep, deep underneath the carpet. Your enemy is not going to be emerged and you see your enemy. Probably your enemy is right there next to you. Your enemy is the one who tells you to send soldiers in DRC Congo. Maybe, I don't know. Your enemy wants you to collide. Send soldiers in Somalia fighting other Africans, or this is rebels, that rebels. No? But when you figure out, when you search, I mean, when you, let's say, when you search, and when you go and look and open that Eden carpets, you'll see the same people who tells you to go to Somalia to fight Al-Shabaab, they're the one who actually makes you to look like a fool. The more your enemy is putting his legs in Africa, you are not going to have peace and you're not going to prosper. What the leader of DRC promised you, is he going to, you send your soldiers to DRC? What did he actually or she promised you in order to send your soldiers in DRC Congo? They promised you minerals, gold, silver, or whatever. They promised you a chunk of lands there, which is have minerals in Congo. The moment you become a fool, your enemy will continue to make you a fool. Where these weapons has come from, the weapons who the rebels actually have. Who's providing these weapons to the rebels? And who's manipulating and deceiving these rebels, and also deceiving the government of DRC Congo? So who's wrong here? Is the government is wrong? Or is the rebels are wrong? Sending soldiers to DRC Congo, Somalia, whatever, that's not a solution. Solutions is to figure out and to find out who's the true enemy in Africa. Once you find out who's the true enemy in Africa, all the weapons will be put down on the ground and peace will start. Why the same groups in Congo, the same ethnicities, why the same ethnicity fighting each other? Are you telling me that the Mijikenda people in Africa go fight each other because of the mineral in Kwale? Because in Kwale we do have minerals, rich minerals. So are you telling me that our people from Mijikenda family, they should come to Kwale and try to fight other Mijikenda family? That will not happen, and will never happen, because we're all families. So how comes the families, the same family in DRC Congo, are fighting other families? Can you see there's something fishy here? I just gave you that examples. In Kwale, we are rich. In Kenya, Kwale, Kenya, we are so rich. We discovered minerals that can sustain the people of Kenya in general, not even people of not even just people of Kwale, but in general, for hundreds of years, and nobody is gonna be poor. But we can't fight because the people who are controlling that minerals in Kwale, that's a different story. But I'm just giving you an example. You can see the same ethnicities go after other ethnicities because the other ethnicities area, there's a minerals, gold, whatever. No, you cannot see the Mijikenda people. No, we are the same family. So so this Congo, I don't know the Congolese people, I don't know the ethnicity there, I don't know the tribes, the tribes, and I don't know if the rebels are different. There are different tribes than the governments, different tribes. I don't know how many tribes in DRC Congo. Most of the Congolese people, some of them, they speak Swahili. So if you speak Swahili, not fluently Swahili, but they do speak Swahili, some of them. So why the people, Congolese people, all they speak the same language, the same clan, the same culture, the same traditional, the same customs? What the hell, both of you, governments and so-called the rebels, taking guns and go kill each other? What is that? Because your master deceiving you. Your master wants to control you, wants to control your land and control your minerals. Your master, is pulling, is digging your minerals. They're getting richer and richer, and you are there, left in miserable, killing each other. Your master is happy, is laughing. Once you African people figure out who's your enemies, the war in Africa will be no more wars anymore. But I'm not going to tell who's your enemies unless you open your eyes, you open your minds, okay? Then you'll know who's your really enemies. Your enemy is not the government of DRC Congo. Your enemy is not the rebels in DRC Congo. Your enemy is not Al-Shabaab. Your enemy is not the leader of Somalia. Somebody is behind it. You need to find out that person who's behind it. Then you need to figure out to stop him by any means. And the peace will prevail to these all countries. No? Now Ethiopia is a little bit quiet because they knew who's the enemy. They knew who's behind the Tigris rebels. They knew that the government in Ethiopia knew who's actually supporting the rebels in Tigris in Ethiopia. Once you know your enemies, it's easy to counter that enemy. Okay, and it still is going to be try hard to destroy Africa. And if you do not be careful, if you do not understand what I'm saying, you'll never understand forever. Kwaherini guys, be safe, kaeni salama, and peace na amani pia. Bye bye.